Hello, everybody, and welcome. How are you today? Hope you're having a really, really great day. So, I'm just trying to catch up with everything that is Amberlyn and Foodie Beauty. And now we're on to the foodie stuff. Yuck. That's all I got to say. Yuck. How do we get here? How do we get off this ride? I don't like it. It's not nice. So Foodie's been busy. You did a couple of videos, one with the pizza, another one with Syrian food, and she did a live. I took a peek at the live, and can I be honest with you? Um, really didn't see anything interesting there. Saw her talking the same old crap about the same old subjects, trying to rewrite history, sitting there eating, and Salah just behind her, agreeing with everything she says. So scrap that. Scrap me reacting to the live. I'm deciding to go for the pizza instead because Foodie decided to quote unquote test herself. She wanted to test her intuitive eating using a no food. And yeah, she sucks for doing that. She's making the whole experience of having a ED a joke. And I don't like it. I just don't like it. But I've got some remarks to it, want to react to it, and show you some stuff on Twitter. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to avoid the live because who cares? I mean, there's really not much to talk about. It was like an hour or so of just absolute nothing garbage. And I just don't have that kind of time today. I'm busy. I'm keeping myself on track today. So we'll just react to the Pizza Intuitive live and call it a day. How about that? And I think I'll be all caught up unless she does something else while I'm doing this. Let me go ahead and just share my screen so you guys can see what's going on. Oh, did I get the wrong one? I did. Sorry. So sorry. Let me try this again. Oh my goodness. My brain is just going a million miles an hour. All right. So there's my Twitter. For anyone who wants to find me on Twitter, it's Wow Girl Sarah. What do we got? What have I found on Foodie? All right. So this is from Out of Context Dogs. I love this dog. Normally, giving your dog a bath is an experience, but this dog's like, hey, I'll just make it easy for you. I'll give myself a bath. How about that? Puppers is going to give himself a bath. All right. Good doggy. Okay, now this was funny from Indy. Know your bees. We have a honeybee, a bumblebee, and then we have this. I can't even read that. Y'all can read it. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Honeybee, bumblebee, and then this dude. I just thought that was hilarious. All right, back to Foodie. Kim Impossible says, Beesh, you're going to try and tell me this is not a BINGO moment? This is a meal for a family of 4. Are you kidding me? You're BINGO eating on camera. Nothing has changed. You can fool Salah, but you can't fool us. Everybody just told her multiple times, look, you're eating portions meant for a family. She doesn't care. That's what she wants to do. This clip right here is from her newest Syrian food video. But this is nothing new for Foodie. This is what she does. You know, she does a mukbang and she can't just eat a regular meal. It has to be more than what she needs. Tons of rice, always tons of carbs. I mean, really, are we shocked? No, we're not shocked. We're not shocked at all. What else we got here? This is from the live that I'm not going to cover because, like I said, boring. But Foodie Beauty, Chantal says Salah doesn't like overweight women, but loves her. Let Salah speak for himself for once. Let him express his own opinions without your influence. He has never spoken his true feelings. He has only repeated what you say. Stop speaking for Salah. Well, Salah is not going to say what he really feels until she's away from him, like really far away. And only when she stops, making payments. As long as she's making payments to Salah, he's going to say whatever it is she wants him to say. He's getting paid to be nice to her. Remember, all he has to do is fake love me, and I will give him the world. That's what she said. She wants to be a sugar mama. She found herself a sugar baby. And as long as he's nice to her and helps her out here and there with taking her around to do things, she will pony up the money. This is the only way she knows how to get companionship and keep it for 5 minutes is to pay a guy to be around her. So he's never going to let out his true feelings. I'm sure that he's over Foodie, and I'm sure he's really irritated with her. And that's why he's gone a lot, because he's got to give himself some space before he loses his mind over this woman. But let's listen to the clip regardless.
Peter. So anybody who likes fat people, or the people who he doesn't like fat people, he loves me. Okay, and I'm not.
Think about what you just said, Foodie. Think hard. You just said Salah does not like overweight people. I don't know if you meant that in the tone of he doesn't like to hang around overweight people, or he is just not attracted to an overweight person for a relationship. He doesn't find that attractive for his aesthetics and his optics. But think about what you just said. He doesn't like overweight people, but he loves me. Question: how can he love you if he doesn't even like you? Hmm? I'm waiting for an answer. You just told us, Salah, I guess you meant it in the tone of he's not attracted to an overweight person. Not being mean here, Foodie. You're not just overweight. You are super, super, super morbidly obese. You're not just a little bit fluffy or a little bit fat, for lack of a better term. You are super, super morbidly obese. But according to you, he's not attracted to anybody who's overweight. And yet you are well past that. So if it's not what he's attracted to, if he doesn't like you, how can he be in love with you? I think you know he doesn't like you nor love you. But I think you are that selfish, self-absorbed, self-centered person. You don't care what the other person likes. You don't care what they're attracted to. All you care about is what you want. And if you want it, and if you can pay for it and get it, that's good enough. But while Salah is there with you, and as long as you're paying him to be nice, he's going to be nice because he wants to continue to get paid. But I'd be very interested to hear what he would have to say if you cut him off financially, or you moved away thousands of miles away, and then he was free to say whatever it is he wanted. Would love to hear the tea that he could give us on you, because I'm sure he's got quite a lot. But as long as you're there paying him, he ain't gonna say nothing. He knows where his bread's buttered. This is from Hidden Truths and Ruth Sagmore. Hidden Truth says, was it just there beside her and she couldn't get up to reach for it? The laziness. He should have told her no. She treats people as slaves to her, but he chooses to stay. Listen, he signed on for this. I can't cry for Salah. I can't feel sad for him. I can't feel sympathy for him. He literally wanted this. He's co-signed on this crap. He agreed to it. And he could walk away anytime and he doesn't. So obviously he's getting something out of this, or maybe more than a little something. I'm sure she's having to throw him more and more amounts of money and toys to keep him happy. He might be just on his last nerve, but she's doing what she can to keep him around, throwing all the promises and whatnot. Ruth says, after Salah brought Foodie Beauty her shisha after she ate McDonald's, after she ate the pizza, she showed us how he definitely is not just tall Pete's. She is on track, everybody. Hope you're enjoying every moment of this Chantal, because he's fixing to leave her, but we've all been waiting for that. we're wondering, when's it going to happen? It's not an if, it's a when. When's it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Is it going to be before a medical emergency or after? And that's another when situation, not if. And I'm not wishing anything upon Foodie. I'm not over here wishing negative things towards Foodie at all. But anybody watching her content, you have to agree that she is putting herself in the position where she is literally running towards a medical emergency of some sort or the other. She's not doing anything to put the brakes on. If anything, she's pressing the gas pedal. So is Salah going to stick around when something happens? Is he going to be there by her side? Or is he going to get overwhelmed and run? Or will he leave before that happens? Will there be something in his brain that says, hey, dude, we can see where this is headed. Do we want to stick around to see it happen? I don't know. But let's watch the clip regardless from Ruth and Hidden Truths.
Um, um, can you get me something? Uh-oh, I think it's broken. What A plus? Thank you. How do I generalize fat people? Um,
Oh, well, I might have to take a look at the live anyway. Anyway, this Miss Anthropope Lulu, I guess they were talking about the live, saying strange vibe, right? I don't think he's too happy with her right now. Could he finally be getting a clue? He's really slow, but even a kid would catch on to her BS eventually, right? Maybe he's realizing it isn't everyone else, it's her. Well, knowing Chantal, she's just telling lies to Salah, and maybe he doesn't understand what's going on with her. So he has to rely on her for facts and truth and information. But Salah, if you're looking for those things, don't look for them in Chantal, because she will always tell you whatever narrative she needs to just to get what she wants and to stay a little bit longer or to get a little bit more something out of you. So you're looking for facts, you're looking for truth, you're looking for information. Go on the internet. Don't trust Chantal. She sucks for that. Let's see. I showed this earlier. Yeah, that's the live I'm going to be reviewing. This is from this is from the live also from Raised Dactylian. This right here is the only reason she wears a hijab. Has nothing to do with religion.
well, my whole face is coming out. I gotta hide it. Well, my whole face is coming out. I gotta hide it.
Yeah, and that's exactly why she wears the hijab. Has nothing to do with faith. She's using the hijab as a face filter, face cover, contour filter. But even that hijab can only do so much, Chantal. This was also from the live. Ruth says she definitely got nervous Salah was going to see when she dropped food directly on her brand new shirt. Notice the instant worry, deflection, and darting eyes. I bet Salah gives her tons of crap for her stained clothes. Yeah, because they just got that. She's acting like she's sneak eating though. I mean, he's seen her eat before. This is nothing shocking. But this is what you want to be with Salah, somebody who's sloppy and dirty and messy and vulgar, acting feral. This is what you wanted for a wife, bro. This is what you wanted. Cancer warrior. Now here's what's interesting. Look, she's got the green shirt on with the out of control collar, right? And here we have a clip that she did. When was this? This is obviously a while ago. Wearing the same kind of shirt, same kind of collar, eating pizza. It's like she's trying to redo old content. Cancer Warrior says she recycles the crap she says does, like she recycles the crap food she eats. Same pizza place, same 3 ranch, same I'm not bingo eating. So let's watch.
You guys like look up the pieces and pick which one you want? I just kind of like certain ones. Dip with ranch. We got 3 ranch dips. Right. Let's see what slice I want. Oh, this one looks good. You ever do that? Choose the best slices. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Tell me you're not doing the same kind of content without telling me you're not doing the same kind of content, Chantal. Not you doing the same kind of content you did years ago, like rehashing and redoing old videos because you're catering to a certain subset of people. And yes, I posted this. So here's like a picture, Credit Cancer Warrior. This was Chantal like a few years ago doing the mukbang, and here she is now. And y'all are going to tell me she hasn't gained weight? She hasn't changed at all? This was back when she was in the 370s, and obviously that's not the person now. So this is like the old pictures of Chantal, stills from the video. Take a look at her face, take a look at her hands, right? Her fingers weren't nearly as swollen. And then, boom. But she's getting healthy, guys, I swear. Ah, from Perfectly Imperfect, something interesting. A key study published in Arthritis and Rheumatism of Overweight and Obese Adults with Knee Osteoarthritis found that losing 1 pound of weight resulted in 4 pounds of pressure being removed from the knees. In other words, losing just 10 pounds would relieve 40 pounds of pressure from your knees. Awesome. Season says cosplaying a religion, cosplaying a person trying to recover from an ED, cosplaying a wife, cosplaying a person that loves animals, GTFO. Yeah, she cosplays at everything. Lorraine says it's not a B moment if you earn money, if you earn more money for it than it costs. Chantal lying to herself, and this is from Future Becky. Let's watch. Got a good deal on it, so that's why I went with the huger size, but I'm going to be sharing this, don't worry, and there's going to be lots left over. You know, just because you can get a deal on a pizza or any other thing doesn't mean you need it. This is one of those situations where just because you can doesn't mean you should. Why not just get a individual personal pan pizza? How about that? If you want some pizza, just get like the smallest pizza they got. You don't need like something that's 4 times the size of what you need. Got a good deal on it, so that's why I went with the huger size, but I'm going to be sharing this, don't worry, and there's going to be lots left over. Yeah, you didn't need that extra large pizza, Chantal. All right, everybody, a round of applause for Miss Candy, Miss Hungry Fat Chick. Linda says Candy absolutely smashing the carnivore diet. She's lost 33 pounds in 3 weeks. So happy for her. Suck on that, foodie. Applause. Applause, applause, Candy. Well done, madam. Foodie's over there saying, I can't do it. It's impossible. Candy says, hold my steak. And she's doing it. 3 weeks and she's already lost 33 pounds. I think that's fantastic. Well done, Hungry Fat Chick. Stay on that journey, ma'am. Please get healthy. Even if you stumble here and there, you know, get right back on the horse. We're all rooting for you. Here's a real picture of Chantal. All right. The thing says, I probably should have looked this up earlier, but Foodie Beauty and Amberlyn are spinning some lies about BINGO eating. Okay, let me just get this up here. Diagnostic criteria for BINGO eating. Criterion 1, reoccurring episodes of BINGO eating. An episode of that eating is characterized by both of the following: eating in a discrete period of time, e.g., within any 2 hour period. Didn't she say she has to eat every 2 hours? An amount of food that is definitely larger than most people would eat in a similar period of time under similar circumstances. So, but Chantal was over there saying that she eats every couple of hours. And she's trying to put the spin on it of, I'm trying to prevent myself from getting really hungry and having a bee moment. That's what this is. I'm sorry, I'm getting loud. I'm just really the sense of lack of control over eating during the episode, e.g., a feeling that one cannot stop eating or control what or how much one is eating. Criterion 2: bee eating episodes are associated with 3 or more of the following: eating much more rapidly than normal, eating until feeling uncomfortably full, eating large amounts of food when not feeling physically hungry, eating alone because of being embarrassed of how much one is eating, feeling disgusted with oneself, depressed, or very guilty after overeating. Criteria 3: marked distress regarding bee eating is present. Criteria 4: the bee eating occurs on average at least 2 days a week for 6 months. DSM-V IV frequency and duration criteria: B, at least 1 day a week for 3 months. Chantal checks off all those boxes. She's done all of this on camera. So don't sit there and say you don't have a problem, Foodie. This is from Perfectly Imperfect. It's kind of an older clip from Chantal, but it's interesting. Foodie Beauty had such high hopes. There's so much more to do in Kuwait. Yet the nonsense she's putting out is her stuffing her gullet with Domino's, Burger King, and all the other fast food franchises she could find just as easily in Canada. So let's watch this older clip from Foodie.
Like, I think like going to Kuwait would even be here. Like video games, love. They have the I don't know, it's a whole new environment. And then shisha, I don't know, beezing and think of the things we can do. Like there's just
Yeah, and you've been in Kuwait for 6 months and you've done nothing but make your health worse. Next. This is from Holly Go Heavy. Holly Go Heavy says, Foodie Beauty, I've seen this many times before. So the questions I would start asking are, would you like chest compressions if your heart stops? Would you choose to be on a ventilator if you stop breathing? Or would you like to be buried? So this person's comment says, Chantal, do you ever get scared? Your physical and mental health is falling apart rapidly, and you don't seem to have the drive or understanding to do anything about it. You're so far from home and available medical care. This isn't a joke. We can all stop watching, and people are, but this is your life. You're also making way less money these days. What happens if you get in a situation where you can't afford to go back home? Please be careful. Here's Foodie saying, I'm actually bee free, so I'm good for now. No, you're not. Whether it's a bee moment or overeating, you're still making yourself worse, Foodie. Stop trying to dance around the issue. Oh, there's the news on candy from 4:52 to 4:19. Well done, madam. Well done. The cancer warrior Foodie getting ready to slam some McDonald's because she admits she doesn't want anything from the diet box. What in the actual blank is she wearing? It's an atrocity to the eyes, and so is her makeup. Agreed. But let's watch the clip.
My dinner. I'm not gonna lie, I did not feel like having anything from the diet box.
Of course she didn't. That diet box situation was Salah's idea. That wasn't hers. And she lied to us. She kept saying, oh, the diet boxes are so good. I really love the food. Oh, really? Then why are you back to eating fast food? Why? If it was so good and it was so healthy and you were looking forward to being healthy, why are we back on the fast food, Foodie?
So I'm having McDonald's. Fries are effing cold. My dinner.
Why is it cold? Maybe you should have gotten up and gotten your dinner instead of waiting for somebody else to bring it to you. All right, so let's go on to the actual video. That's everything from Twitter. Let's go over here and hold on. Ta-da. All right, so there's the video. I know a lot of you don't dig watching foodie eat, neither do I. So how about we just go to her comment section first, kind of put it off a little bit longer. Large Diet Coke says, as someone who used to struggle with bingo eating, there is no such thing as intuitive eating with trigger foods. My intuition is to eat until the food is gone or until my stomach is bursting, hence why I never let myself have junk food in the house or only buy the smallest portion sizes. Right? Lily Barnes says, the higher the calories, the more excited you get. Yep. She doesn't want food that's healthy for her. The more junk it is, the better. B3 says, it's like an addict justifying their addiction just so they can keep using on camera. You need an intervention. She needs inpatient. She really needs inpatient, but she'll never go. And that's the only thing, unfortunately, at this point that would work for her. Laura says, remember, it doesn't matter how less you eat or how much you're doing it for the money. It's all on YouTube. You finally admitted it. Yep, she did. She said out loud that this is how she makes her money. So she's never going to stop. User says, what happened to all the potatoes and popcorn that were supposed to be these supplementary foods in case you get hungry after eating the diet foods? Are you eating the diet foods on top of the pizza? Who eats the leftover food? Are you finishing the leftover Chinese and pizza for the next meal? Is this on top of the diet meals? This not being a B moment or you're trying to brainwash the audience doesn't change the fact they're eating 4,000 plus calories a day, loaded with high sodium and cholesterol, and probably severely affecting your heart and blood sugars, not to mention maintaining or putting on weight. Yeah, she's not fooling anybody, and she's certainly not fooling herself. Kevorkian says, you said the average for how many slices of pizza a person eats is which I ate. However, these are not average sized slices of pizza, and you know it. Were you trying to kid Chantal? Well, she's trying to act like she's not doing much and she's doing too much. So let's go ahead and just get started with this react, and I'll cover some more comments maybe a little bit after. Let's do this.
The 16-inch New Yorker. Got a good deal on it, so that's why I went with the huger size, but I'm going to be sharing this, don't worry. And there's going to be lots left over because I'm going to do a challenge right now, seeing how many pieces I can really eat before getting full, not just ignoring my...
Who does this? Who does this? I've never heard of anybody doing this to themselves. I've never heard of a single person who had a problem with something and they're not even in recovery, and they get on camera, they get on YouTube, and they do like a live test of, I'm going to take the thing that I have the problem with and I'm going to use it to test myself to see how much I can do before it starts to affect me. Who does that? Only Chantal. That's like somebody who has a problem with alcohol. And no, I'm not making fun of anybody who has a problem with alcohol. I'm just using it as an example. That's like somebody's got a problem with alcohol and they know they have a problem with alcohol. And they're saying to other people around them, well, I'm not going to go too far, but I'm going to start drinking and I'm going to drink and I'm going to stop before I feel really intoxicated. Like, why would you do that to yourself? So she's trying to justify what she's doing. This is one of her trigger foods right here. She has said so. She just wants an excuse to eat one of her trigger foods. And she's trying to frame it as I don't have a problem with food. I have no problem with this food. So I'm not eating it because I'm craving it. I'm eating it to test myself. You're not in recovery, Chantal. You're not even close. You've not had any therapy. So what is this nonsense? You just wanted to find an excuse to do this video where you're eating something you know you shouldn't be eating. You didn't even just order one slice or two slices. You got a whole freaking pie. And an extra large one at that. It's not even like an individual pan pizza. Did you need an extra large pizza to test your intuitive eating? You couldn't have done that on a smaller pizza? Girl, bye.
Hunger, fullness cues, actually seeing how many I can eat. Because normally I don't care how many I can eat before I get full. I just finish the pizza anyway. But I want to see before I'm full how many pieces I eat, okay?
You shouldn't have it at all right now. It's one of your trigger foods.
So, all right, so here it is. This is a Supreme Extravaganza pizza or something like that.
So tell me, Chantal, did you need all three things of those ranch to also test out your intuitive eating? Were you testing the ranch as well as the pizza?
That with ranch dip. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, let's try this out. My cat is playing in the background as usual with Salah. All right. Let's see what slice I want. Oh, this one looks good. You ever do that? Choose the best slices. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, this is
Look at the way she's behaving. Her reaction. Anybody's been following Foodie. Did she act like this? Was she this happy with the diet food? Oh no, she wasn't. She did not have this little joyous woohoo reaction. She's having it off this pizza. That's her jam right there. That is her jam. She is so happy to have that freaking pizza. But remember, she's just using it to test out her intuitive eating. No, no, no. I mean, we're just doing a test here, just a test.
This is a huge slice, so let's try this out. My gosh, I love the floppy, foldy. What kind of pizza do you guys like the most? Do you like Chicago style thick? I've actually never tried Chicago style pizza in my life. I have to. I like.
She cannot keep her eyes off that pizza. Y'all see that shit? Do you see it? Look at it. She keeps looking over it like, I can't wait to put you in my mouth. I'm telling you, this is why you don't test yourself with these kinds of things. You just don't do it. She's not even ordering like one or two slices, and that's all there is. An entire pie, too much.
New York style pizza. Thin, floppy, full of toppings, cheesy, greasy, full of ranch. So, bismillah and beauty bite.
Oh, there we go. Didn't see that with the diet food. The eyes rolling in the back of the head. Nope. Nah, she's in the zone right now.
Mm. I'm going to really appreciate the pizza, not just devour it. So tangy. I love the sauce from Domino's. I'm not usually a huge fan of Domino's, but I haven't had it here yet.
Again, in the zone. Never had these reactions off the diet food. She's getting them right now.
Mm. So this is beef pepperoni. I don't know what kind of sausage. Maybe beef sausage,
It's a supreme pizza.
mozzarella cheese, onions, green peppers, and black olives. I love it. I think it's called, and there's like oregano, so I think it's called the Italian. water.
What are all the jump cuts about? I'm so confused. She's done a lot of jump cuts thus far, and the video isn't for that long. Like, what in the world was she cutting out?
Yeah, my sleeves are getting some too. So,
So many jump cuts.
speaking of good pizza, I mean, I can't tell which animal the sausage and pepperoni is made with. It tastes just like regular to me. Which in Canada they use pork. Which I don't eat anymore. But some of you, a lot of you know this, but some of you might not. I come from a city called Cornwall, Ontario, which I have like a love-hate relationship with.
That's because you come from Cornwall, but yet you like to think of yourself as being more extraordinary than what you are. You know, you think that you're not a small town girl and you're meant for bigger things. Yeah, but you're walking around with absolutely no talents except for the talent of how to make people really irritated and angry. But you think you're above Cornwall and everybody that lives there.
I mean, when I was living there, I wanted out. This is thinner crust, so I might be able to eat more. I'm not going to be full. I'm going to eat till I'm satisfied.
The thing is, you don't know the difference between the two, Chantal. You don't know the difference between just being moderately full and satisfied and satiated. You don't know where the lines in the sand are. You just make them up as you go. And I'm of the opinion, I think for you, being overfull to you equals full. Although overfull means you've eaten too much.
And I guess I wanted out because it's only a small town. Like, it has like 45,000 people, so it's not like small. But there's not really much, I mean, to do for work, for anything, you know? So it's kind of boring.
What's wrong with a small town? I grew up in a small town. It's quieter. It's not like big city noisy, but I've lived in small towns, Chantal, and I've lived in city areas. Let me tell you, the city areas, not knocking anybody who lives in the city, but city areas generally the rent is more expensive, it's more dirty, it can be a bit sleazy at times. It's a headache. And just because you're in the city and because you are near everything, you pay up the nose for the inconvenience of being near everything. I love small towns. They're quiet, they're clean, and people are nice. Not saying that people in cities are not nice. Some of them can be, but it's a whole different vibe. I dig the small town vibe.
A lot of people who live there don't like living there. But some do because, you know, if you're settled and you have a family, it's not bad.
You know, she complains about small towns. Oh, it's boring. There's not much to do. She went to Kuwait. What is she doing? What is she doing? She's eating. She went to Kuwait. She's been there for 6 months. She really hasn't done much, has she? So you wanted to go somewhere exciting, Chantal, but then you got your body in such a state that you really can't do much. And the person that you're with, they can't do much with you. So all your complaints about a small town is boring and there's not much to do, and yet if you went to a different place, you're not doing anything anyway. You might as well go back home to Cornwall.
It sits right on the border of there's a bridge in Cornwall taking you to upstate New York, Messina. There's a native Akwesasne Native Reserve. With a very popular casino. I used to go many times, but I don't gamble anymore. Which is good because I used to spend maybe like $200 or $300 a pop every time I would go. And I went frequently. Gambling is addictive. Oh, my lipstick. So, the mall is really sad. It used to be like more bustling. The Cornwall Square. In the 80s, it used to have trees in the middle, like smoking areas. Sears was open. Sears is closed now. And
Hey man, I grew up in the 80s. And I remember when the shopping mall was the place to be. It was like your modern day amusement park. Parents would drop off their kids at the mall to hang out, or they would go to the malls themselves and they would just tell their kids, look, I'm going to go shopping. Here's some coins, here's some quarters. Go to the arcade, play some games, go to the food court, get yourself something to eat, and meet me at the big fountain at 4 o'clock. And you could just go do whatever you wanted. It was inside the mall for hours, and it was a lot of fun.
it's more like a dead mall almost.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of malls have turned into that. A lot of malls are practically dead malls because of the lack of business. But, a lot of good times had in shopping malls back in the day.
But one thing it always had that it cannot be beaten anywhere. You can fight me all you want. But I have to say, Cornwall has the best.
And I have to agree with the person that said, because she got an XL sized pizza, those slices are 3 times the size of a normal slice. I mean, she's going to pick it up and you guys are going to see.
Pizza. I think one of the pizza places there.
Why did she cover that up? I don't know why.
Riverside.
Okay, take a look at that slice. Does that look? Does that slice look like a normal slice of pizza? That's like twice the size. So if we do the math, y'all, since she's saying she only ate 3 slices, she actually ate 6. If you think about it, that one slice there, it's big enough. I would have just eaten that and been done.
Pizza, even one like Ontario's best pizza or something. It's so popular.
Look, are you trying to cover up the fact that that pizza slice is huge, Chantal? Because you keep putting in pictures. Not that.
I'm on slice 3. they're pretty thin, and I'm pretty hungry. So
You're always hungry. And they're not that thin. That doesn't look like thin crust pizza. It looks like regular crust to me.
there are people, I've heard of people moving out of Cornwall and paying for them to freeze the pizzas, ship them by air to like wherever they moved. It wouldn't be the same. Like, I don't think putting it in your own oven would be the same. I don't know.
You should remember that the next time you order a steak and then you decide you want to put it in the air fryer.
Now, here's the thing. If you were to go and sit and eat at these restaurants, you wouldn't want to. I mean, these they're basically dumps. Sorry for lack of better term, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. But they're like mom and pop, dumpy, rundown. These places have not been renovated since, like, I swear, the early 80s. I'll try to find pictures of the interior. But at the same time,
I will agree with Chantal. Sometimes you can just find some place that looks like nothing and they have the best food. Like the outside appearance is deceiving. You can walk past it 100 times and think, "Oh, the food must suck in there," but then you walk in and give it a try, and then you're like, "Wow, I'm gonna keep coming here all the time." You can't judge a book by its cover.
it's these like vintage. The fact that they're not upgraded and renovated is what makes it so cozy, like nostalgic. And they don't have to spend money on renovations. Sometimes you go to a really fancy restaurant that's like super, has like fountains and it's like, wow. But the food is subpar. So they make up for it with the nice atmosphere. This place has the best pizza. Most people just come and take it out. You drive up to the place, you're like,
So I'm wondering, Chantal, now since not only are you eating pizza, were you eating pizza today in this video because there's a part of you that wants to go home? Like you're missing home a little bit, you're missing the pizza there, you're missing the freedom a little bit. Is that why you did this? To kind of remind yourself of home?
the sign is like yellowy, worn out because it's so old. And you're like, I'm going to order pizza from here. But when you go in, you smell the pizza and you're just like, yum. And the scene is like from the 70s or 80s, the same booths with cracks in the vinyl. Is it vinyl seats? And then you have the Formica tabletops. And there's not a person sitting there except for the delivery man waiting. Yeah, did you see in the newspaper there? I swear these people still read the newspaper. Do any of you still read the newspaper? Anyways.
Hurry up and get this over with, Chantal. You're starting to bore me.
There's a few things I like to do when I go there.
Yeah, when you go in there next, though, you're in Kuwait. When are you going to go home? We've all been waiting. When are you going to go home? You keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. When are you going to go? Or are you scared to go home because you know what's going to happen if you go home? You're going to lose control, aren't you? Yes, ma'am. And if Salah doesn't go with you, you're really going to lose it. Maybe that's why you're not going. Because if you get off that plane, you're going to smell the air of freedom. You're going to smell the Domino's. You're going to smell the BK. You're going to smell the McDonald's right there in the airport. You're going to see that Starbucks and you're going to get it started. And then after that, you're going to go to the outhouse and the dispensary. And you're going to party like you've never partied before. And you're scared to death of how much you'll lose control.
With my family. There's this candy shop right near where I used to go to elementary school. And the elementary school is gone now. It's kind of sad. They rebuilt something else. Okay, let me see if I'm satisfied.
She really wants that pizza. She's not done. She's like, I could keep going. Yes, you could, but should you? Chantal, the pieces you just ate were twice the size of a normal slice of pizza. You should be more than full. Your tank is topped off. That's why, if you're trying to control yourself, what in the world would you think getting an extra large pizza? You should have gotten a personal pan pizza because once you finished it, that's it. There's no more. But you ate a little bit of that one and there's still all that pizza left. And you hate to waste food. Guaranteed you ate the rest of that. Just because it's there. Remember my rule, y'all. If you can reach out and touch it, it's too close. If you can walk across the room and there it is, it's too close to you if you got a problem with food. You got to get it all the way away from you. You've got to make it a complete pain in the neck to get what you want. Because the further away it is, the more you got to think about getting it. You got to go get it. You got to go buy it. And that might put you off from doing whatever it is you are tempted to do.
I still feel hungry, I think.
Right. So she's not done. She's not done. She just made a big show and she's saying, oh, I'm still hungry. I used this to test myself. Well, you failed because you ate 3 pieces that were basically the equivalent of 6 pieces. And that pizza is right there in front of you. You want to show us that you're improving with this intuitive eating crap? Here's what you do. Salah should walk in the room, take the rest of that pizza, grab onto it, and throw the rest in the dumpster. How about that? That way you can't get to it. That way it's a done deal. You want to prove to us that you're controlling yourself with your eating, have him walk in the room, take that pizza box with the pizza in it, take it on out to the dumpster, and throw it away. That way you are done eating it for sure. Or pour a bunch of chemicals or bleach or something on it to where you cannot eat it. That's the only way that's going to happen. If that food is destroyed or disposed of to where you cannot get to it.
I'll try eating one more and see.
No.
That doesn't.
No.
I was
No. You don't need 4.
hoping I would only have 2.
No.
But I really want to see. Maybe.
No, you don't want to see. You just want to keep eating.
I'm not giving myself enough time. I'll eat slower.
No, see, making excuses. I just want one more piece. You don't need another piece.
But they're thin pieces.
No, they're not. They're not that thin. It's not a thin crust.
Anyway. There's this candy store.
She's sitting there eating food, talking about food, other food that she'd like to eat, other food that she's eaten before. At the same time, she's trying to test herself with a pizza. Anybody see anything bizarre about this? You're using one of your trigger foods to test yourself, which I've never heard of anybody doing ever. You're eating food, you're talking about food, and testing yourself all at once. Ugh, I can't.
Um,
And I would say you failed this test because you said, I'm going to just eat 3 pieces. And yet you're working on a fourth. So did she succeed, y'all? Do you think she succeeded in this test? Nah, I don't think so either. I think she failed.
when I was a kid and going to school there, my mom would always give me some change. Remember when you could buy things with change? Like for a loonie, which is $1 Canadian.
Like, she's talking about Cornwall. She's talking about things like back in the day when she was young and all the places. I'm getting a sense of nostalgia. Are you missing home, Chantal? Are you thinking about what it was like to be young and not have any responsibilities and go into the mall and maybe go into the food court and stuff like that? Like, what is this thing that you're doing right now? You do know that it's a bad idea to eat and associate food with anything emotional. You've got emotional anchors on food. You need to take them off.
I could get a huge bag of like sour candies, 1 cent candies.
And of course, her nostalgic memories involve food.
I think it was called Samson's Confectionery. It was right across the street. Rose! Sorry. I've had enough.
Yeah, definitely more than enough. You know what? There's only like a couple minutes left. So I'll tell you guys what. So that's it for this react. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye bye.